This whole time I was talking to the camera thinking I was recording because I thought I had the freaking thing on mute when it said now recording. Isn't that ironic? The one time that it wasn't on there. Whatever. I wasn't supposed to be on here, but hi guys. I'm clearly still recovering. I'm recovering from being sick too. So excuse me if you see me have to wipe my nose every now and then. Everybody in my house got the flu. Not me though. I didn't, I got like whatever flu adjacent is. So I just feel really, is it lethargic? I feel tired. So I came on here because I had a message. I didn't even pull cards on it yet. It's just a message that like came through first, but maybe I'll pull cards on it afterwards. So let me start where it came from, right? So I have been spiritually and physically because things are starting to like mold for me since I am blurring the lines of spiritual and the human stuff. I've been on hold for like 2 years because of a contract I had, right? I was waiting. I was doing due diligence and things like that, trying to focus on my own healing stuff during the process. Although being frustrated because I'm being jammed up. Like, remember in Aladdin when the genie says, ultimate power, yeah, infinite space. That's how I've been feeling because I've been pulling off a lot of stuff, but not as much as I wanted to because there are blocks. Like, manifested a freaking apartment. Didn't even realize like that's what was going on. I had a whole like it was a whole new complex being built or whatever. So I'm like, cool, I got this. I'm going through God. I don't have to worry about any of these entities that are trying to court me and bully me into uh rejoining gang, right? Guys, I got to the point of everything ready for the apartment and they didn't believe my income. They go through a system, not a person making the decision. So every apartment complex I went through, their system, because it's algorithm, right, said my income wasn't real. My papers were fake. So I'm still sort of seated. And when I went to go pull cards, like, hey, I manifest everything, even the fact that my income is sort of not believable. Why can't I get out of here? And it told me it was like a punishment, a smackdown, not from God or anything, but from like the bad guys, the people who run this algorithm, so to speak, for being prideful and thinking that I could go above what this system is and go with God. So isn't that crazy to think? Like, oh, you thought you was just gonna be able to live on this planet and not pay gang. That's not how this is gonna work. So I'm still in between, and I'm speaking with the Most High, like, hey, is there any way I could just do this on my own? Last life, I was Caucasian. I was Caucasian for a few lives, right? But I hung around Black women, and I really wanted to be Black this time because I admired their strength. Last life, I got pushed around a lot. I got pushed out of my own vagina sometimes, like bullied out of it, just because I was a soft, gentle white woman. And when I got around Black women, oh, this still makes me emotional. I admired their strength. Like nobody really pushes them around, and I just wanted a piece of that for myself. So in this life, I was surrounded by Black women who were strong, and no, and there weren't many men around. They sort of bullied the men in the family, and we only had like one boy per like little family there, right? But I just learned that you pull up your pants and you get it done. You don't wait on anybody for anything, right? So when I spoke to God recently, oh goodness, I didn't know this was gonna put me in my feelings. I was like, God, I asked for a specific character for a reason. And that's because I needed the spirit of, I'll do it myself. Now, I don't know about the other races. I can't speak for them, but I know as a Black woman in this life, I have got the spirit of I will do it myself. When I ask my kids to do something a couple times and it ain't done, I ain't just gonna sit around and let it be a mess. I'm gonna pull up my pants and I'm gonna do it myself. And I think that's the message. 2024, I don't even want no help. Was waiting on certain things to come through. I don't, despite the blocks and walls and clearly very weird things that are showing up as blockages here, I still feel like all I need is me and God. And I think that's probably what is giving me so many setbacks, but I'm gonna ride with it because why would I not? Why would I not? That's all I'm gonna need. And I feel like even though this apartment thing has been really, really blowing me, I'm gonna hold out for something better. Maybe I'll end up with a house because that's how God works. If something get taken from you, you get it replaced. But I am going to work on my own content. I'm actually gonna start recording my own music this year. I was waiting because there was a person I was supposed to be doing it with that was like, I guess, I don't know if you call it bodyguarding, but just making sure I don't get taken advantage of because of the, that old past life ripple still comes up. But I think I'm good. So that's what I'm about to pull on now. I feel like now that I got to it, that the message is it's okay for that. I'll do it myself. I had one session this morning, and her theme was she was tired of sacrificing for other people. She had been actually holding herself back, giving so much energy to helping somebody who was not up for helping themselves. They were just going to allow her to keep assisting them and not do the work for themselves. So she was like, I'm done sacrificing myself. It's over. I'm about to build my stuff. And I believe that that's in alignment. Like everything that happens, every day has a theme. If you pay attention, you'll notice it was the same message over and over again in different ways. This whole week has been really weird, guys. Like the feelings, like I'm starting to look at things different. Maybe it was that full moon in Cancer, because that is something that affects your feelings. But the dreams I was having, oh, something else wonderful happened. I guess it's wonderful because I've been talking to y'all about the spiritual hubby for a while. Found the human it's connected to, right? Went to the human that is connected to. In between that time, I know what happened. I'd like to say I don't know what happened, but clearly it scares people when I know things that I shouldn't know, whatever. If a person is not going to recognize your greatness or whatever the fuck this is, I don't chase them. Like if you want to have a problem with the fact that I am angelically magically delicious, why should I be sad about that? Like I still got my magic. If you think there's a problem with what I do or who I am or something, that's like on you, because it generally goes really well for me. This housing thing has been unfair because I think my stability is being tried. Like I actually need to be alone a lot in order to channel so I don't get overwhelmed. And this has been pushing me, but not pushing me enough for me to go back to black magic, which was the goal. But the thing that happened was, I'm in a shared space. I have a roommate and all that stuff, right? So my roommate said he had a case of 211, a case of sleep paralysis. And while he was in sleep paralysis, he saw my hubby come through the mirror, look at him, recognize he was looking at him, and then walk out another mirror. I heard him scream in his sleep. So I shook him, right? Per usual, this is not the only time this happened. It's just usually because his astral body goes where it wants to, and he drags things back here with him. In this case, he finally saw him, and I was like, dude, I feel so much better because for the last 3 years, this man, the hubby, right, the one that comes through the mirror, his human is unconscious at this time. His soul does what his soul wants to. His soul has its full memory. So when his soul leaves his body at night, it comes and visits the person that is usually his wife. His soul is actually the one that told me to go visit the human because the human was not connected with his soul as much as like he needed to be. Right? Clearly, still that's the case, because if he would have known who I was or any of this stuff, he definitely would have showed up a lot quicker, because there are some details that I left out because I was told to leave the details out. They had to be told in person. Alas, clearly other people's opinions about what I do are more important than all the sides and stuff that got sent to him. Cool, fabulous. Now that that's done, I would like to move forward, but he's still coming through my mirrors. He's still coming to see me at night. But at least now I can finally say, hey, I knew I wasn't crazy, which is pretty much the theme of this. But it's nice to have other people know too. You saw him. You saw the man in the mirror. You saw Candyman, bro. I'm not tripping. And I have somebody else to talk to about this. So that was great. Let me pull this card, guys, because I told y'all I didn't know what the hell I was getting on here. I just had some stuff to say. I'm still whatever. So, what is the message for the collective today? What is the message for the collective today? I still feel like it is. I'll do it myself. Ooh, interesting. Inner child stuff came up, and see, this is why I have a hard time recording. If ever I'm late on something, just know it's because of the space I'm in, because I am being, I guess, punished. I don't know. Whatever. God will get me out of here. It just takes a while. Which of course was the first card. Patience. I'm so tired of seeing patience. Let me be honest. I don't even know if this is going to teach me patience. Like if I get out of this and then I get a house and all that stuff, I'm not going to be a fan of having to wait forever for anything. But collective message. Currently, there is some inner child healing that's going on. Stuff that is happening during dream time. And this does absolutely have to do with that full moon in Cancer, because Cancer is like your childhood self, the one that you were when you were growing up, your family home. This looks like the same person in both cards, right? It's like there's some unrest still in things that happened in your childhood. Ooh, does that have to do with the spirit of I'll do it myself? I know I personally didn't have a lot of people I could rely on, just emotionally. Like there was food and there was stuff, and not anything outside of the normal impoverished American story. But having to stand up for self or always do it for self creates a certain hyper independence. This really was about the spirit of I'll do it myself. I'm getting mad. Do I not let other people help me? Is somebody else having this problem? Because I'm doing a collective message, but I'm feeling very spoken to right now. Because I've gotten every sign in the world that certain things were supposed to happen. But at this point, like I am so fed up with seeing confirmations that I could literally cry right now. I don't want to hear anything else. I've been tethered to a man who I don't even know what that is, but I don't want to be tethered to this person anymore, because like you can hear somebody's thoughts about you all day and their concerns about you when their belief system is completely different. And then they talk to you, or I'm sorry, talk about you to other people. Then you got to hear that shit too. And then you hear their completely different thoughts in their head. It's just a lot. And I done tried to cut all the cords, and there's nothing I can do about it, because the bond that we have is actually built into like the holographic design that we are, that's in the chart. We were supposed to do something together. He did not show up, but his soul keeps showing up. And then when I go to find out, like, hey, why am I still suffering like this? Why am I still being held? Patience. So, and then at the end of that, it's soulmate, right? But do you see like the soulmate's a dream? This is ridiculous, because I'll be coming to do collective stuff, coming to do the message that's on my heart, and then stuff like this will peek through. But this is not only happening to me, is what I'm getting here. Even the lady that came to me earlier, excuse any noise in the background, I'm sorry. Um, it's like it's happening to several people. This is the theme. This is Phoenix Rising, and this is family and tribe. So pairs are coming back together. Pairs are coming back together. That secret identity lesson I gave you guys, and the power lesson that I'm giving you this week, are about everybody start like mask off. Mask off. Stepping into position, letting go of the sleeper cell identity you have. Like you were born into an environment so that you would become a certain person, so that your character is set in stone. Say, for instance, Jesus was born in a Black neighborhood this life because he was coming to speak to African Americans to help bring them up or something, right? But he would need to be able to speak their lingo. He would need to be able to relate to them. So wherever you were born, whatever character you have developed is so that you appeal to a certain type of person or a certain type of tribe. Now that you are awakening the rest of your consciousness is coming in. So you're going to have this big bubble, this big connection to your higher self where you know all this cool shit, all this knowledge, right? But it's going to come through the filter that is going to connect you back to the tribe that you're meant to be connected to. So the inner child healing that's happening is reconnecting the creativity, reconnecting the other parts of yourself that you shut away. I saw some shit the other day. Like this kid knew who he was. Parents shut it down, right? That's what I'm talking about. There was a gift or an idea or even multiple parts of yourself that other people couldn't understand. So therefore you put them to sleep. You put them dormant along with this whole other personality thing, but those skills need to come back into play now. So this is a transition. It feels like a transition that'll go on to like spring. Can I get a confirmation on that? This is the weirdest collective message I've ever done. Maybe because I was all in my feelings. I really got upset. I hate all of this. I like to be in control of things. Not like in a general, like I can control all of this, but just like in the sake of, hey, if I make enough money to move into a place, I should be allowed to move into a place. I'm not really sure what the benefit of keeping me on hold for a guy who can't recognize a diamond would be. So can I have some clarification on this dream card? Some clarification. It's like there are Easter eggs in your dreams, clues, things that if you pay attention to them, because this, look, it's another dream card, will help you navigate away from the rock bottom you are at or the rock bottom you could hit. It sort of feels like a current rock bottom, but it's more like from scratch. You have the ability to build from scratch where you are right now. Oh my gosh. Like I'm talking to y'all and me. Technically, I am building from scratch. Like that attack took everything. But you are not in alignment with the vibration of your fullest self. The vibration of your fullest self attracts all the things that you are meant to have to yourself, including that. Your inner child has your glow, your joie de vivre, if you will. I say that right, I'm not French. So let's take that as confirmation. Then that cut off quick. Your shine bright like a diamond isn't shining fully bright like a diamond right now because there are pieces that were hidden in the background. Those pieces are now being developed. That is also coinciding with the North Node in Aries. You are about to shine if you allow yourself to shine and you take note of the things that you are seeing in your dreams and the things that the universe is trying to heal within you. It's like if you continue to shy away from becoming the version of yourself that you are being pushed into, if you continue to cling on to who you used to be or who you believe that people thought you were, that you need to be for other people, you're going to keep attracting what you were getting. This is an opportunity to rise up to a new vibration with all your pieces. This is shadow work, but like shadow work, light work, because light work is pulling the pieces that you were supposed to love of yourself out of the background. Like if you were a dancer, but they told you dancers didn't make money, so you stopped dancing, even though it would have actually been the skill that got you somewhere. For people who are like sleeper cells, like I was saying, like terminators, people who came here with a mission, like they're industry plants, but like industry plants for God or whoever, right? Your greatness is held back till later, and then everybody's all shocked, like, I never knew they had that skill. I didn't even know they could do that, because it was purposely hidden, because it wasn't, it would have been killed completely if you had tried to push through it where you were. It's like your time to shine. Can I get a confirmation on that? And I think this is for next year, guys. Can I get a confirmation? What is the channel message? What is the theme for the channel message today? It's time already, a line already. That's a Beyonce song from the Gift album, which is a whole message in itself. Long live the king. What the hell's the name of that song? Already. Shine. Look at this. It's all angels. Heart, crown, intuition. This is all your upper chakras. A lot of times, that shadow comes from your heart being closed. Then all your light and all that stuff gets put away. So this makes perfect sense. So this is a heart opening. This is a crown opening. This is a third eye opening. Somebody's shit is getting open to everybody around them that ain't supposed to be there. Everything around them in their lives that's not supposed to be there anymore. You will see that when you heal the parts of yourself that you hid to fit in. It's like this person has been giving away their light. Giving away their light so they wouldn't get attacked. I guess it's like the way you look at it is like a nerd who goes to school and gets bullied for being a nerd during middle school. And then when they come back to high school, they come back like they went from Stefan to, or from Urkel to Stefan because they got tired of being bullied as Urkel. So they just walk around acting like they're Stefan their whole life, when deeply under that, they're really just Urkel, and they go home at night and they're like, oh, I'm such a fraud, because nobody actually loves you for who you are. They love you for this made up version of yourself that you knew everybody would adore. Who actually loves you for who you are when you've been concealing that? Interesting. So I'll do it myself. I'll heal myself. That was actually the deck I was using. This is the Heal Yourself deck. And the other new deck I got, where is it? Here we go. I'm a collector of books and decks. It's the Believe in Your Own Magic deck. So I guess I should go ahead and let's see. It's like a mermaid. Well, she's not a mermaid, but she's giving mermaid because of the like stuck in a tower. But I didn't even think about that, because I told you I've been over here. I'm tired. All right. I told you the soul of the guy can go into multiple bodies, right? But he's in two central bodies that are important in this life. The spirit hubby I was talking about. I already did what I was supposed to both times, right? One is returning again. Well, both are returning again within about a month or 2 months of each other. The first time I went to the place I was going, right? Or both times, actually. I wore sneakers with my dress. This was just something in my head. I didn't think anything of it. I'm not going to wear heels or anything. I'm already 6'1". I'm not doing that. Said I'm not going. God or whoever or whatever. I don't even care anymore. I'm so frustrated by all of this, guys. His event is dresses and sneakers. And keep in mind, it's the same soul in two different bodies. I guess it's as a backup just in case one fumbled, which one really did fumble. But I don't even feel like, I feel like I'll do it myself. God is going to have to send me a big, big, major flag or sign or something for me to not be stubborn now. Yes, I am. I know I'm not supposed to do this. When God says do something, you do it, but I'm not gonna go. This other man, not the actual one that I gave my information to, just the one I watched from the audience last time, has the event this time. It has including sneakers, and it's a meet and greet. I got the money, because that was my original thing. I was like, all right, if I'm supposed to go, just send me the money. I got the money, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to see another guy to do anything. Like, get someone else to do it. I'm not. I don't even care. So, in conclusion, what's the message for today? I'll do it myself. is the Believe in Your Own Magic deck. And then look, it's the Phoenix. And the caption at the bottom says, and look at that. That just made me so happy because what is she doing it? Herself with her little book. It says, how's that for a happily ever after? And then dragons, slay them all. This really is exciting. Because I'm like, none of the rest of this message lines up with I'll do it myself. But yes, the inner child healing, somebody was supposed to help you when you were little. Somebody was supposed to support you, but they didn't. But now that you're adult, you got to talk to your own inner child. You got to heal yourself. And this deck, believe in your own magic. There is a certain strength or fortitude that comes from knowing and accepting what you've been through, and then taking all of that and making something great out of it anyway. Like no one can take it from you. Like even in the future, I feel like personally, if somebody says shit about my magic or my beliefs or anything about my life, because before all of this stuff, it's just I had to deal with being fat all the time and people being rude about that. Overcoming something on your own, it's like you don't even know what I've been through. So why would I care about your opinion? Focus on yourself. And I wish that on everybody because 2024 is going to be the year where you found out that you had strength you did not even know. That's what this is saying to me. You did not know what you could do yourself because there's a part of you that has always been relying, or still that inner child part of you waiting for somebody to come along and help. Ooh, this was stressful. So guys, I hope y'all had a blast with this. I'm going through it. We all going through it, but it looks like 2024 will be the year when you start to understand why you went through it, to see where your own greatness is coming along. Y'all will see mine here. So have a great day, guys. Let me end it, guys.